The night I lost him, and didn't even realize it, was supposed to be simple. A small gathering with close friends and family in the comfort of our home. Nothing fancy, just warmth, food, and laughter. I had hoped it would lift my husband Nathan's spirits. He'd been buried in work for weeks, coming home late, exhausted, barely saying more than a few words before collapsing into bed. His quiet had become routine, but I chalked it up to stress. I thought maybe, just maybe, a cozy evening surrounded by familiar faces would remind him of the life beyond spreadsheets and deadlines. The house glowed under soft lights. Candles flickered gently along the walls. A playlist of mellow tunes drifted through the rooms. Glasses clinked. Laughter bounced from corner to corner. Everything felt effortlessly right. People moved from the dining room to the living room. Stories flowed freely. And eventually someone brought up Nathan's infamous struggle with assembling a flat-pack coffee table, a tale he'd barely lived down. I leaned into it, exaggerating the details, mimicking his frustrated grunts and triumphant final screw. The room erupted in laughter, opening the floodgates. Others joined in, joking about Nathan's quirks, leaving shoes in the middle of the hallway, talking to our dog like it was a baby. We all laughed, maybe a little too loudly. I thought it was harmless fun. Every now and then, I glanced at Nathan. He sat quietly, nursing a drink, a soft smile on his lips, but it never reached his eyes. He didn't join in, didn't add his own stories. I assumed he was just tired, drained from work. I didn't see what was really happening. Eventually, I noticed he had slipped out of the room. I thought he had gone to the kitchen, or simply needed a moment alone. The party carried on, buzzing with warmth and chatter. But as guests trickled out, and I looked around, I realized Nathan hadn't returned. I searched the bedroom, no sign of him. His wallet, keys, and phone were gone. My heart dropped. I tried to stay calm, telling myself he just needed air, some time alone. He always came back. But that night he didn't. I fell asleep on the edge of our bed, waiting, hoping, praying that morning would fix everything. Instead, I woke to a message. No accusations, no anger, just cold clarity. His words were steady, deliberate. He said he was tired. Tired of being the joke in his own home. Tired of pretending it didn't hurt when people laughed at him while I joined in. Tired of feeling like a background character in the life we were meant to share. He said he couldn't do it anymore, not when the person he loved most didn't stand up for him. He needed to feel safe, to feel seen, and he hadn't for a long time. I read that message over and over until the words blurred. I tried calling repeatedly, straight to voicemail every time. 2 days later, I came home to a moving truck parked outside. Inside, his presence had vanished. His closet emptied, his toothbrush gone. Even his favorite coffee mug, the chipped one with the faded cartoon bear, was gone. The silence cut deeper than any scream. Friends reached out, confused. One admitted they had noticed the way Nathan had withdrawn that night. Another said he murmured quietly as he left, "This doesn't feel like my home anymore." That sentence haunted me. It wasn't the teasing that broke him. It was the last straw, the final pebble on a mountain of unnoticed pain. I wrote him a letter, pages filled with guilt, apologies, and desperate hopes for a second chance. I poured everything into it, my hands shaking with every word. I never heard back. Weeks turned into months. Then one day, a thick envelope arrived. No note, just divorce papers. I signed them alone, on the couch where we once cuddled through snowstorms and horror movies. Every corner of the house still carried traces of him, but slowly they faded, replaced by heavy, unfamiliar quiet. Now, whenever I'm in a room full of laughter, I look around, not just at who is smiling, but at who isn't. I remember Nathan, how he loved quietly, patiently, without need for performance. How I failed to do the same. How I laughed when I should have listened. How I spoke over him when I should have spoken for him. Some wounds don't scream, they whisper.